It's been a minute, but this is week one of me documenting my Fortnite progression, and I'm gonna get into the bit where why I stopped uploading daily in a second. But let's talk about my tournament placements from this week. So we played two Division Two cups, and the main problem was off spawn, like died off spawn 3 to 4 times in both days. And although our end games needed work, they were a work in progress. But the off spawns were something that caught me off guard a little bit, and it showed a big weakness in my gameplay and why we weren't doing good. Now, the main topic: why did I stop uploading daily when I uploaded daily for around 115 days, right? And I said I was going to upload daily until day 365, which is a promise that I made and a promise that I didn't keep. And for me, right, it's not that I wasn't able to stay consistent. It was not difficult for me to upload every day. Obviously, there's days where I didn't feel like uploading, but I still would. And like, if you force me to go with day 365, I could definitely do it. But I started to see the flaws in it and how it was holding me back. So, first, my main goal is to become the best Fortnite player. And towards the end of my videos, where I was trying to make them more high quality, trying to cut out parts where there's a lot of silence, trying to improve the thumbnails, trying to improve the titles, the retention, trying to do all that stuff, it really takes away from the main priority, which was to become the best Fortnite player, which means I need to play the game. That's the most important thing is I need to be playing, not thinking about ideas. Not only does the time where I work on a video take away from the grind, but also the mental, like a lot of mental energy goes into making these videos to make them high quality, to think of ideas, and that took away a lot of time. And weekly videos, in my opinion, are more valuable than daily videos. So the thing with daily videos is like, okay, here's what I learned today, and that's about it. But weekly, it allows me to write down. So what I did this week is I wrote down every single change that I made, every single significant thing that happened, and I only kept the most important things because who fucking cares about like the small things, like if I block Twitter on my fucking PC, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't really matter. I'm trying to talk about the most important things that when I look back at this video that I want to like watch. So that's why I think weekly is better. Also, the having to upload daily, like having that like hang over my shoulder, like I have to upload. If I don't get the video out, I can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? So even though I was supposed to go to bed, let's say at 12, I would stay up until 2 a.m. And now my sleep is fucked. Then the next day I wake up late, so now I'm playing less Fortnite. So I wasn't improving at all at the game. Although my videos were improving, but that's not the main goal. My main goal is not to become a content creator who plays Fortnite. It's a Fortnite player who shows his journey. That's the whole thing. And I started to lose the vision and start to lose the focus, and I started to drift off. And now I'm back. I'm back, and I'm like, bro, you got to remember why you started doing this, why you are doing this in the first place. You need to remember that and stop like moving away from that. So for anybody curious, that's exactly why I did it. It's not because I don't have discipline. It's not because I lost motivation. It's simply a change that I think is for the better. The second thing is that 1v1s are like meditation. So let me explain what I mean by that. So for me, my biggest issue in 1v1s, like I said with the uploading videos, is never discipline or motivation. Obviously, like I don't feel like doing it, but the hardest part for me is when I die, I get mad at 1v1s because my brain sees it as I'm worse than him. So then my brain is like, we need to come up with ideas and excuses to make sure that we keep that identity true. So let's say I get shit on in a 1v1, then I'm gonna be like, bro, he's just zero ping. That's an example of ego. Or he's just playing high, he's playing cringe. Those are examples of my ego in play. And like I said, I have a lot of discipline and mental toughness, but not mental capacity. And the key is that when I play 1v1s, is to see the thoughts in my brain. So like the thoughts that I said, he's zero ping, he's playing cringe, this gun is retarded, fucking any excuse. I've made thousands of different excuses. Our brain are like is so powerful. We can keep like come up with crazy things. And the key is notice the thoughts that come into my brain and words that I speak out loud, that I do and I say as the ego. If I can label the thoughts as ego thoughts, that is the rep in the 1v1. It's not about winning the 1v1 or getting clipping the opponent. It's about having these ego thoughts, noticing them, labeling them as ego thoughts, and then even though you feel like getting mad or even though you feel like leaving because you feel discomfort, you don't leave and you keep playing. That is how meditation or 1v1s is like meditation, because in meditation you try to focus on your breath or whatever, you focus on something, then your brain goes somewhere else, but then you notice that your brain was somewhere else and then you focus back on the breath. That is meditation. So that's basically the rep, because a lot of times I leave 1v1s when I feel discomfort, when it first shows, or when I'm already fucking crashing out, yelling, smashing shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Which creates really bad loops that keeps me trapped, because either I leave too early so my brain learns, okay, whenever we feel discomfort, let's leave. Or my brain learns when I play 1v1s, I fucking crash the fuck out. It's bad for my mentality. It's bad. So why can't we find a middle ground where it's like, okay, these thoughts are not going to stop. I can't force myself to not have these thoughts of ego, but the skill is to see it as fast as possible, label it as fast as possible, and then get back to work, whatever you were doing. The third thing is kind of continuation, but having a structure to 1v1. So I was PGing an 18k PR player, and it was 7-6. I was winning, but I backed out because I was bored. So what is the problem with this, right? Is I was 1v1ing this guy, and I'm like, he's good. And more likely than not, if I kept playing, he was probably going to reverse the score on me and start winning more. And my ego didn't want that. It's like, let's keep how it is right now. 7-6, I'm winning. And let's leave. Because this is uncomfortable. He's good. He's challenging me. The fix to that is to have a structure. For example, first to 10. So that once you get to 10, then you are allowed to leave. And it's important to have structures so that you don't decide mid-session when to stop. So that you don't just say, okay, well, I'm just gonna go 1v1 someone else, and then you leave, which is not good because you're going off of emotion, not based on what you already said. So that has helped me a lot. In the 1v1 realistics maps, it's like a first to 12 scenario. So then I just play first to 12. When I play PGs, I'll just go first to 10, or unless the guy backs out, then I get a new opponent. So that way that I don't make these like irrational decisions mid 1v1. The fourth thing is, after knowing all of this, I 1v1 the kid in the realistics map who was playing cringe. And what I mean by that is he would instantly chop. He would go up, stay on height the whole time. He wouldn't fight me. He would play zone wars. And I label that as cringe, right? And in the past, I would have left that 1v1 and been like, bro, this is not good practice. He's not playing to improve. He's playing to win. I would have said exactly that line. That is my golden line right there. But this time, I did something different. I actually played out the whole 1v1, and I realized the thoughts were just ego, and I stayed despite feeling that discomfort, despite being like, this is fucking retarded. I can go play someone else who's good, but that won't play like this. But the thing is, it felt uncomfortable because it challenges. If I was extremely good at going up, not letting them chop me, I would not fucking care. But because it's a weakness of mine, and it was low-key working, I try to make up these excuses so that I can leave, so I don't get my weaknesses exposed. But I stayed this time because I saw the thoughts as ego, and I said, fuck those thoughts. That is my ego, and I'm going to keep going despite feeling discomfort. And I felt extremely locked in with adrenaline flowing through my body, but in a good way. In the past, there was two battles going on. The 1v1 versus me and the guy I was playing, and the battle in my head, the mental battle. But this time, it was like only one battle, me versus the guy, and I was so fucking focused. Felt like I was on like Adderall or something. Never really felt that focused in a 1v1, and it felt really good. And yeah, that was a really good experience for me. The fifth thing is I have new schedule changes. So now I sleep from 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. And a lot of times I do wake up earlier before my alarm. 9 a.m. is the latest I'm allowed to wake up. If I wake up any earlier, I start my day there, unless it's like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And a big change I made was eating both meals very early in the morning. So what I do first thing in the morning now, I wake up, I go for a walk, I come back, I eat my first meal. Then I go back upstairs, I VOD my games, I meditate, I work out, then I go back downstairs and I'll eat my second meal of the day. So that's 3,000 calories in the span of about 4 to 5 hours. It's a lot of food, but that way, there's actually a couple benefits. One is I can play the game the whole rest of the day interrupted without having to eat. Second, because my last meal is so far away from my bedtime, my it will be completely digested. My resting heart rate will be much lower than usual, and my sleep will improve, which is very important. And walking, working out, vodding, everything in the morning allows me to just simply focus on playing the game. I can stream the whole time. I don't need to take breaks. I can simply just play for the rest of the day. I get everything done in the morning, and I don't have to worry about it in the rest of the day, which is really nice. Now, the last thing is yesterday I woke up and I felt really shitty. So instead of just waking up and just like plowing through it, I went back to bed. The problem with that is I woke up later and I was like, fuck, bro, it's like 10:30. I was supposed to be up an hour and 30 minutes ago. I just wasted an hour and 30 minutes. And then I just started scrolling on my phone because I was like, I already felt like shit. So to combat me feeling like shit, I started scrolling to make myself feel better. But because I tried to make myself feel better in the moment, it made me feel worse overall. So then I just keep scrolling. I look at the clock and I'm like, what the fuck? 3 hours just went by and I just did nothing with my day. And another thing is that it messed up my circadian rhythm because I didn't get any sunlight in my eyes early in the morning. I just woke up late at a different time. And you can just see how this affects not only that day, but also the next couple of days because your sleep is fucked. You're playing less Fortnite. You're eating at different times. You're doing things at different times. Your body's not used to that. And this was a really like good example to see like I don't care how you feel. You need to fucking wake up. I don't care if you slept 3 hours. You're going to wake up and do what you need to do. So that basically fucked the day over. I still got shit done, but I got on Fortnite maybe like at 6 p.m. And that's why my live stream title or like my thumbnail was I didn't play today because like I basically didn't play that day. But yeah, there's not really much else to talk about. I'm gonna make sure to make this video better next week. There's gonna be like extra shit, so like the viewing experience is better. But yeah, that was week 1.